What's up? Yo, for those who don't know me, my name is Monty Rock, aka the Ultimate Bass Technician, aka G. Devan Smith, electronic musicians, pretty much kicking out bass, jungle, whatever suits me at the moment. Uh, I've been doing these webcasts for a little bit. I know I haven't got that much views, but that's okay. I'm gonna do it anyway. Uh, that seemed to be a theme I'm gonna touch on today. The theme is cliques in the music industry. When I released my first album, uh, which is From Light to Dark, A Journey into Basslands, out now in stores, all over the internet. One of the things I was trying to do is get a certain group of people to listen. You know, some are old school artists in a particular genre, like bass music and stuff. And funny thing happened this morning. I popped in this one group that I belong to on Facebook. I scrolled through. They had some people advertising the latest stuff, their albums or whatever. But I scrolled down, and I know I had posted the advertised concepts, and I looked through, and it wasn't there. And I kind of looked, and if I were a weaker man, I'd get upset. I look at that, I just shook my head and said, "Oh, they took it off. Why? If they say my music isn't good, that's their opinion. That's fine." See, you gotta have a thin skin when it comes to this industry, and people who think they might be your friends, probably not your friends. So I'm like, I just look at it, I'm like, what? Really? You know, it all goes down to who you hang with. I looked at that, and if this was happening like a year ago, I think I'd get real self-conscious about, oh, these group of people, these old schoolers, don't like my music, yada yada. Yeah, I came on strong because you got to. I have to, because who's else gonna stand up for your music beside, other than yourself? And it was kind of funny, really crazy. I just thought, okay, I'm not a yes man. I don't kiss anybody's tail. I'm not on a woman's tit. So, I look at it, I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I thought, I do a lot of different stuff than just bass music. I mean, I got this track. Might put this on an album. Which coincidentally I'm gonna name it Concepts, the album. It will be a full album, 12, 13 songs, whatever. And I was doing jungle, straight jungle, hardcore jungle. We got some bass in it too, because after all, that's all part of my name, right? And I'm thinking, these people that like bass music may not like jungle, but I know a lot of people that might listen to bass music if they had some other elements that they like too. Or, we'll say, screw it, I'm going to make music how I want to make music, and let other people decide what they want, or classify it. There's so many genres within electronic music. It's crazy. So I just do what I do and let other people critique it, classify it, whatever. But I will say that I think my music is geared to people who want to innovate, who want something new. You could be in a music genre that, okay, yeah, they might have a little flash here and there and are known for a particular sect of people, or a particular section of the country. But if you want to have a wider audience, you have to find a way to try to mix things up. I made a genre called Hindi bass, which combined the essence of Hindi music to bass music. And it's not just so simple of pretty much Hindi samples. I actually composed it, arranged it myself, so it's the original composition that invokes the spirit of Hindi music fused with bass. It's on my SoundCloud page at www.soundcloud.com/monti-rock, and it goes under. I made two tracks. I made three, but I haven't. But I put up two. One was Return to Bass, and then I updated it to 2010 to really give that low end and focus on the Hindi part. And also, there's another one. I just got home from work, so I just pretty much plus. It's on the page. If you go there, you can go check it out. Uh, but to the cliques, I had went to the Studio Summit last year. I'm a member of the Recording Academy under Grammy U, which I need to go back to the site so I can see if I'm now qualified to be the upgrade membership to be a voting member. Now the thing is, I'm really starting to consider whether or not there is even a point for me doing that. People keep on saying, "Oh, you need to go, you need to do this, you need to do this," but I don't know. I've been running around the old guard and the old cliques, and I look at this past year's summit, which was a lot better. Trust me, because a lot better, especially at the after party / networking party. Last year I was really uncomfortable because all I saw was people in their cliques, and really, I'm not impressed enough in cliques, and I was like this in high school. I didn't care about cliques too much, so that's one of the reasons why I kind of got standoffish. This year was better. Not as many cliques, but then I still didn't feel welcome because I'm an electronic musician. A lot of stuff that was presented, a lot of stuff that was talked about, had no bearing on me. I don't want to own a studio. I'll buy my own stuff here or wherever I'm at. I don't need a studio to do my stuff. And I don't see myself going to a studio in the near future, not unless they really want me to go in and help out. Because I still know some ways around the studio, engineering wise, but I don't really have any inclination to go. Not unless it's with friends, because I can't afford a studio anyway. One quick story. There is this networking function they have every month in Seattle. And there's this place called the Spitfire Bar and Grill. Great tacos. Nice bar. Relaxing. That's cool. Everybody was open. But this cat walked up to me and said, "Hey, I'm just advertising for a studio, yada, yada, yada." It was a nice looking studio. And I was almost starting to get interested until I asked about the rate. "Oh, it's about $500 an hour." "What? Is that with an engineer?" "No, that's not including the engineer." Damn. Really? $500 an hour? Now, mind you, after this last studio summit, that's pretty much, what I've heard then was pretty much, cheap compared to this one lady that has a studio in L.A. It's a famous studio. I don't remember the studio's name, but I got the flyer at work, whatever, because I showed a musician friend of mine. Well, she said that she had to downsize because all the changes that's going on. Well, the rates originally was $2,500 a day. Okay, they lowered it to $2,200. What? Really? I can't see myself spending that much money. For $2,200, I could buy some decently used new stuff and really stock up my own stuff, studio at home. Why should I do that? But it's the whole clique. There's too many of the old ways. Too many people want to be, secular in their own thing. They don't care about branching out and listening to new people, new things, new ways. I don't understand that. Especially with people that's been in the game for about 30 years. Maybe it's time to let the world know what this particular genre does and how its impact even on popular music today. But I guess people still want to just maintain that block. Well, I'm looking worldwide. People don't want to hang with that. That's fine. That's their decision. But that doesn't mean you delete people that don't share your vision. Speaking with that, which goes back to cliques. I don't have a clique. All right, I'm by myself. Ain't nobody, hardly anybody in Seattle, wherever, Tacoma. I have no one. I have myself and only myself. Would I love to hang out with more people? Yeah. That pretty much have the same goals as me worldwide, reaching as many people as they can with their music. Yeah. But I'm not going to be on anybody's tip in order to do that. And I will not sacrifice my ethics to do that. So that means I may not make that much money than people that are willing to sacrifice their ethics and their principles to move ahead or whatever. That's fine. God bless them. But I'm not doing that. So if I don't make as much money, whatever. I'm still happy doing what I'm doing, and that's more than a lot of people can say. Now, maybe hopefully in another webcast soon, I'll talk about the Recording Academy, where I'm in and where I feel on that. It's a good organization. I like it. There's some things I'd love to change. And this is where about the click thing comes in too. I also have their social networking page, Grammy365.com. I haven't had any movement on it in weeks. Nobody is like this. After the nomination process goes up, once it starts, I'll have people left and right say, hey, could you consider my album, da 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 da. They don't even care about really seriously networking. They just want to have this. It's politics. And it's amazing how some people acted so incredulous when an unknown musician won the Grammy for Best New Musician. Let me tell you something. The Grammys, anybody that's in the industry aren't really pop heads, okay? They don't listen to the public. With that decision, with that artist getting picked, I think finally it showed that it was all about the music, not about the pop stars. Seriously, I could care less if Justin Bieber didn't win it or any mainstream pop star did not win it. But it's still around cliques. That part I'm glad they broke off with. I'm glad a lot of voters out there voted for somebody who actually did some good music and not listen to what what the mainstream media says. Well, and so with the cliques, that's also how it influences radio play. Well, if you with a major label, you can get this play on the radio and get played 10,000 times an hour. More power form. But most of the music I listen to won't be on the radio. So that has nothing to do with me. But as a musician, on one hand, it's cool. Another hand, it just makes it a little bit harder to go through. Now, speaking for the radio, make sure you know some people that do internet radio shows. Hook them up. There's Global Funk Network. Global Folk Radio. Sorry. There's a lot of people who DJ through there, and maybe you say give them a track, whatever, pick it up. But make sure they play your music with the original tendency of how the music is, with no alterations, whatever. Because if they alter it, it may be better, it may be worse, but it won't be your vision. So just be careful of that. But there's internet stations everywhere. You know, just they gotta hustle. I had some things played on the internet radio. I don't know if it's still been played. Nobody asked me whatever to send some of the tracks. If they don't send it to me, fine. I'll ask them. If they don't, that's okay. I'll deal with that. Like I said, you gotta have a tough skin in this business, and if you think that's gonna be easy, nothing good ever comes easy. Not a damn thing. So check it. I hope this lesson that I'm going through helps you as a new musician or artist really trying to come up, that don't want to go to a label, that's strong enough and knowledgeable enough about the business to do it on their own and willing to put in the blood, sweat, and tears to go into it. I admire you guys greatly for keep on doing that. Keep it up. I support you. There's people out there supporting you. Remember, you only need 10,000 good hardcore fans to support you, and you'll be straight. You may not be a millionaire, but you'll be happy. You'll be able to do your music and not worried about having a second job. Okay? God bless. My name is Monty Rock. Please check out my site. Subscribe a SoundCloud page. And please check out my site. www.soundcloud.com/monti-rck. Subscribe to my Yahoo page. Not Yahoo. Gosh, darn it. You know I'm tired. YouTube page. And then also, if you have Facebook, you can subscribe to my fan page, band page, or you can my personal page, which goes on the Monty Rock, on all one together. MONTIROCK. I hope this is a lesson for you, a good one. God bless. God loves you, so do I. One love. Peace.